Good morning, y'all. It is lesson 16, and we're going to start working on division with our multi-digit numbers. We're going to start with multi-digit whole numbers, so no decimals at first, and then over the couple days, we're going to shift into adding those decimals into those math problems and seeing if we can use our decimal knowledge to extend our division practice. So today we are going to be using dividing. Oh, let me get my pen tool. We're going to be dividing by 10 a lot. So I know that you guys all have been practicing that. We've been practicing that for a while, but we're going to use different patterns to help us kind of make things a little easier. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get right into it and start talking about division. So I'm going to start with a simple one. We're going to do 530. And if I was to divide, actually, let me start, we'll come back to 530. If I was to divide a 100 divided by 10, right? We know that 100 would go into 10 different groups, right? Oh my goodness. Wait for me to write all these tens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know 100 is 10 tens. So if that's the case, then how many tens is 400? Well, that would be 4 of them, right? Or 40 of them, I'm sorry, not 4 of them. Because if one of those hundreds is 10 tens, and now we have 4 hundreds, well, that would be 4 groups of those tens, so that would be 40. So thinking about that the same way, what if we were to take 100, still on the high there, and divide it by 100? Well, anything divided by itself is always 1, right? So keep that in mind as we move forward. So how many would be in 400s? Right, just 4. So let's just keep those thoughts in mind while we're working on our math today. So you could use the place value chart. So I'm going to show you multiple ways to use this. Let's go ahead and start by showing the expression 530 divided by 10. Well, on this one, I'm just going to quickly draw a place value chart. I know I don't have any decimals, so I don't have to represent my decimals. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 500s, 3 tens, 0 ones, and I'll put my 1 decimal place, 1/10. Because I know when we divide by 10, we got to shift places to the right 1 because our numbers are getting smaller. And we know that we can only have 10 in each place value. So that allows us to use this place value chart like this. We can just decompose backwards on our place value chart when dividing by 10. So our answer for 530 divided by 10, and a lot of you could visualize that without the place value chart because a lot of us have been practicing that. I know that that was an easy one, but I just wanted to start there by showing you that so that we could start building on some more challenges. Now, one of my favorite methods, and you've heard me say it before this year, is unit form. So let's go ahead and look at 1600 or 1600 divided by 100. And in this math problem, we are going to shift it into unit form. So we're just going to take our value. Well, that's 16 in the hundreds, right? So that would be 1600s if I rewrote it. Divided by, well, this only has 1 in the hundreds place. Now, what we did is just kind of made it a little bit simpler because now we can see what's hundreds divided by 100 or what's 100 divided by 100. Yeah, it's just 1. So those kind of cancel each other out. So not kind of, they do cancel each other out because it's just 1. So now we're really just thinking about 16 divided by 1, which is 16. So what I just did there with those hundreds dividing out each other, that kind of explains why when people, our parents, myself, were taught this, we were just taught to cross out these zeros. Well, there's 2 zeros here, there's 2 zeros there. But why did we ever do that? Well, it's because 100 divided by 100 is 1. Well, 1 times anything is just itself, so 16 divided by 1 is just 16. So here's the why behind it. Nice. So it's not just like cross out zeros and you're good. It's because 100 divided by 100 is 1, and that doesn't change anything. So let's go ahead. So that's unit form. Let me do one more like that, and then we'll shift over to a different problem, or a different style, I should say. What if we do 2300 divided by 100? Now, for those people, you can just visualize the step of turning it into unit form, because you know that hundreds divided by hundreds is just 1. So we're really looking at a 23 divided by 1. So our answer is just 23. So by using these strategies and the skills that we've been working on, the unit form, the knowledge, the place value, we can start doing a lot of things in our brains with mental math. And I love that because, but we have to know why we're doing things. So that's another piece that we're adding to it. We're not just crossing out zeros and getting 23 and being like, I'm done. But we actually understand that we had 23 hundreds divided by 100. Well, the hundreds divided by hundreds are 1. So it's really just 23 divided by 1. Okay, I hope you're getting that. But what happens when it's not just like 23 hundreds divided by 100? What happens if it's something a little different, like this? Oops, I don't want highlighter. I don't like writing in that. 24,000, write this expression. 24,000 divided by 600. Ooh. Uh-oh, right? Like, how can we do this in our head? Don't worry, we can. We don't have to set it up like long division, because that I can understand why right now, oops, I put too many zeros on that. I can understand right now why that's a little too scary. We'll build our skills. We'll get there. We're just not there yet. But when we see a problem like this, we can change it so that we can work with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the 600. Well, 600 is how many groups of 100? Oh, come on, toolbox. Well, it's 6 groups of 100. So that means we can rewrite this sentence as 24,000 divided by 100 divided by 6. So we just rewrote this sentence by using the factor breakdown of 600. 6 and 100 make 600, so we're just doing it to make our lives easier. Okay, well, now we can make this more manageable in our brain, because now we can go ahead and do the first part of our sentence. Well, we can do the 24,000 divided by 100. Well, thousands divided by 100, we take those zeros, we get rid of them, because 1,000 divided by 100 is 10, so there should be only 1 0 in our answer. So let's just visualize it by crossing those out. Yeah, it should be 240 divided by 6 now. Well, or if we think about that in unit form, and just think about it, I'm going to write it, but that would be 24 tens divided by 6. Well, 24 divided by 6 is a simple basic math fact. Well, what times 6 gives us 24? Well, that would be 4. And we know that it's tens, so it's going to be 40. Great. So if you follow the right steps, you can do these in your head without really setting up a long division math sentence. But when you're working, I want to see these steps, because I need to see what your brain is thinking and how your brain's going about your math. I do that. I need to see that so that I can help you become the best mathematician that you can be. If I don't see work, I really don't know where to help you, how to help you, because it's just the answer, or just, I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Well, let's do one more like that. Let's do a little bit harder. So, and then we'll unleash you to your problem sets. Well, let's see. Let's try 180,000 divided by 9,000. Well, Yikes, right? Let's go ahead and decompose or break down the 9,000. Well, how many groups of 1,000 is it? Well, it's 9 groups of 1,000. So if we rewrite this sentence and make sure the multiple of 10 is the second dividend. So 180,000 divided by 1,000 divided by 9, because orders of operations say we have to do it in the order of the sentence. So we do it like this because we know we could take 180,000 divided by 1,000, and that should just give us 180 divided by 9. And then once again, we can visualize that 180 as 18 tens, because that's way easier to work with. 18 divided by 9, well, that's 2, but we're talking tens, so it's 2 tens. Good stuff. I love when math works like this, where you can just like reason it out, work it out, and break it down into a way that's much more manageable. That's something about math that I really, really love. And another thing I love about math is that we can all think about math a little differently and still get there as long as we have sound mathematical strategies. And that's why I like showing you multiple strategies so you can be successful. So now you're going to shift into the problem set, and it is a longer problem set today. So I just want you to try to do the first 2 pages. You do not have to do the word problems. And I'll make sure I write that on the directions in the problem set section. All right, nice job, guys.